Hello artists, how are you today? It's Stephanie Ani coming to you from the banks of the Trinity River here in Six Rivers National Forest near Willow Creek, California. Welcome to the studio. I'm so glad that you're here with us today. Oz and I are just hanging out, trying to stay cool. It's, heat advisory in effect out there, so it just went from pleasant to hot. This week's Hacking the Masters. Guys, this has been a really fun week of art for me, and I think you'll be able to see it in the goodies I'm producing. Yes, Hacking the Masters mixed media style is all about taking our inspiration from either an artist, an art movement, or a particular type of art. Kind of whatever I want to do is kind of what I'm doing, because it's my universe, and why the heck wouldn't I want to make art that I want to make? Right? So this week we are talking about the Pre-Raphaelite Brotherhood. The who? The what? Pre-Raphaelites. So these guys were a group of painters in 1848 is when they were founded. Dante Gabriel Rossetti was one of their founding guys. And they really had kind of this medieval, heroic themes. Now, if you see images of women with long red hair and white dresses, it's going to most likely be from the Pre-Raphaelites. Now, this is actually Waterhouse, and he is using, this is the Lady of Shalott. I used to have this poster hanging in my bedroom when I was in high school, actually. And she has the long red hair, white dress, but this came along in the 20th century, along with Sargent was somewhat influenced, John Singer Sargent was somewhat influenced by the Pre-Raphaelites. Pretty amazing stuff, right? The artwork, fabulous. Medieval themes, heroic history paintings, and imitation of nature. So they were really big on doing that type of art. High detail. And they were against sloshy art. I love this term. This is William Michael Rossetti. Sloshy meant anything lax or skimped in the process of painting, and hence anything or person of a commonplace or conventional kind. They sought a return to abundant detail, intense colors, and complex compositions of Quattrocento Italian art. Now, I probably just mispronounced that. I have a tendency to mispronounce things. I don't need to hear that I mispronounced it. It is spelled Quattrocento Italian art. The imitation of nature and history painting is central to the purpose of their art. So the cool thing about this is that these guys actually influenced painters for years and years to come, and they still are. A lot of the fantasy painting actually has a lot of Pre-Raphaelite kinman. It's similar, very detailed and beautiful. How cool is that? What fun is that to play with? Well, we're gonna really be doing some crazy things. Oh, just real quick, the Impressionists came along 30 years after the Pre-Raphaelites. The Pre-Raphaelites were in 1848. The Impressionists started around the 1870s. Pre-Raphaelites were in England. The Impressionists were in, of course, Paris. So the Impressionists were like 100% against what the Pre-Raphaelites were about. The Impressionists, like, we are going to do beautiful nature paint. It's not gonna, there's no, no fine details. We're doing dots, or we're doing, that's what the Impressionists did. Right? You know what I mean, right? So it's kind of cool that when you look at, no, that was me. Ozzy, that was me. When you look at the history of art, it's really interesting to see how they all relate to each other. Okay, well, what are the projects? This is the Patreon project, and I'm only going to show you a quick Patreon is $10 a month. You get a ton of good images. You get a video along with the YouTube Hacking the Masters video. So you get at least 4 videos a month. And you also get a ton of images. This is our project today. Now, this is still a work in progress. It's going to take at least 1 or 2 more videos. And we have a ton of detail in this image already. I love it. It is so iridescent. It just glows. What did I use? I used my Crackle texture paste. I did find some gold on Etsy. She only had one other one left. It's Prima Art Extravagance texture paste. Now, I will put a link to the copper and to the platinum in the Amazon links. I also, what you can use if you don't have that is any type of crackle paste and luminaire paints or shimmer sprays. And I will put in the links the set of shimmer sprays, dilutions. They are gorgeous colors. I promise you guys, you will love to use them. They're cool. I also did use some regular spray inks. I used some distressed crayons. And that's about it. Palette knife. Actually, what I used was this guy. This is how I put all the texture paste on. Boop, boop. And I made some tree shapes and some, you'll see it. It's cool. This guy is in the, this is the Princeton, doesn't say what size it is. I think it's 1.5 inches. But this is down in the supply link too. All right, here's the video. We'll chat. Picture. Yes. He had so much fun. You should have seen him. He was running full speed. Oh, he felt so good. What are you sniffing down there on my table? What are you sniffing? What are you sniffing, baby? What are you doing? You just saying hi? Checking out what's happening? Oh, hello. Hello. What are you doing? What are you doing to Ma? What are you doing? What are you sniffing? Oh, that's coffee. It's hot. It's hot, baby. What are you doing here? What are you doing? Oh, look at that tongue. Look at that tongue. I hope you sleep today. We've got a lot of work to do today. Are you seeing yourself in the picture there? Oh, does it feel good? Does it feel good? Hello. 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 What are you doing? Okay, guys. Well, this is a huge canvas. It's not huge canvas, but it's a large canvas. It's hard to get in. This is going to be a vertical piece, so what you're seeing is the sideways view so that I can get it in here for you. I have taken the canvas and covered it with paper because I needed to be inspired a little bit more by it than what I was being inspired. So I went ahead and just covered it. Now I have some texture paste. I found this gold crackle paste on Etsy. It is my favorite, as you know. And we're just gonna start playing here. God, you know, the problem with working on so many different projects at the same time is that you really do get a huge, massive mess. Yes, yes you do. Okay, so I am working on some vertical trees. Now, I could be using stencils. I might use stencils. I'm not sure. I might do layers. I'm not sure. I don't know what's going to happen yet, guys. This is just kind of a guess. I know, I'm guessing. But I always like what happens when I kind of play it by ear. I have an image in mind, and so we're going to kind of play with that. It's 50 billion degrees outside today, so I'm going to set it outside and hopefully it dries quickly. I am meaning to leave these shapes here in the middle. Just like that. Again, I'm looking for a tree shape. Ooh, trees! You know how I love my trees. So the copper texture paste I will put a link to. I also have some platinum antique silver texture paste, which I might try to use too. We're gonna just see. I'm gonna see if I can make the colors work. You know, as we know, this will most likely all get painted and all that good stuff, right? Now, I'm going to put some sort of figure in here with this. All right, so for one thing, this is a really big canvas. So it's kind of hard to fit it on the screen here. And secondly, it is hot as blazes in here. So I have the air conditioner up, so it might be a little hard to hear. Hopefully it's not too hard to hear. Now we're gonna play with some different things here today. I'm pulling out Okay, we have our magazine pages back behind here. I've got the distress spray. Let's just see what happens. This is the fired brick. We're trying something new, guys. It will, you know, disintegrate if it's not how we want it. We can wipe it off. But fired brick always adds such a really cool color. We're really taking down that gold a lot, though. But again, once I bring water over the top of it, it will bring that gold right back up. It will. Look how gorgeous they turn those things. Oh my God. Sorry. Let's see here. Oh, wow. And if I really wanted to pull off that, oh, this is coming off back here too. Pull a little bit of this sunlight back in here. Okay, yeah, these are the copper colors. This is the gold color. So we're just kind of playing with this first. What's gonna happen now? Don't know. I don't know. Okay. Ooh, this is gonna be dark. It's scary going dark. Let's do this instead of spraying it on the whole thing. And then let's put some up here in the top. Because we want to bring the attention, the focal, the heat to the center. The heat. Yes, the heat. And that purple, turn that silver to be a gorgeous color. Love that. How does that look? Oh, that looks cool. Okay. I need my water. Okay, let's use some coffee. There we go. Why not? That's not the right blue, I don't think. This is Dilution's Vibrant Turquoise. Let's see, so far I've used Fired Brick and Dilution's Crushed Grape. Just using some ink sprays because I really want to try to preserve what's happening in here. Oh, that's actually a gorgeous color. Without just completely saturating it. I don't want to do that. That's stunning. Okay. I wonder what else I'm painting back over here. Now, when you rub it in too much, it's kind of blending with that fired brick a little bit. So we're trying to just kind of pat it and see what we can get that way. God darn it, every single time these things do not work. That's a beautiful color for this, and yes, it is adding gorgeous shimmer. Wow, 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 wow. This is bubblegum pink. Pink? Why are you putting pink in there? I don't know. You want the honest to God truth? I don't know why I'm putting pink in here. Because I think it'd be a good contrasting color, I guess. It feels like it should be there. No, let's not paint her. Campo teal. Wow. Careful. All right, what are we gonna do next? What are we gonna use next? Okay, all the things that just went through my head. Watercolor paints, acrylic paints, distress crayons, distress markers. What's gonna work best to preserve gelatos? To preserve this gorgeous texture. Let's see what happens. We're testing. Okay, so these are the distress crayons. This is Lucky Clover. Now, I do want these all to kind of mix and blend together. I'm going to bring more blues to the outer edges to pull your eye into the heat of the center, because that's where I want our focal to be. Now, these distress crayons are working great, and I bet if I were to do that, it would work even better. Now, don't make a muddy mess like I'm working on right here. This is kind of going that direction, so let's kind of dab some of that up. That teal. So we're going to use just a little bit of water with that. Not nearly quite what we did there. Because it sure makes that distress crayon move better. Now this piece is definitely going to have to be sealed. Let's pull in some purple. Ooh, wilted violet. Purple and green are very happy together usually. They make gorgeous dark colors. And purple and green and blue actually all work really nicely together. Why? Why would they work really nicely together? Well, because they're next to each other on the color wheel. So that makes them harmonious colors. Harmonious. They're happy to hang out together. That's what harmonious colors mean. They want to be each other's friends. So let's definitely go through and start to accentuate some of these trees. Oh, look at that gorgeousness. Here, defining trees. What do I have under here now? Oh, that's the bar. Careful for that bar because it can give you funky lines. I really do wish I would not have done that under layer of ephemera. God, it just kind of ruined things with this. We're gonna bring some of that into here too. What? I know, but you gotta create the circle. You gotta create the shape of the tree. How do you do that? You shade one side, right? The side that's gonna get all the light is gonna be as bright as possible. And, you know, I mean, that's shading 101, guys. Of course, you might not know about shading 101. Trying to create something that's flat and make it look round. Ooh, what? Just like that. Is that reading right? Oh yeah, it is. Wow, that's reading better than I thought. I've got a glare on it here, so I can't really see what it's doing. Now, what could also work to do that is a spray of the alcohol, but I need to find my alcohol to do that. I think that would probably work better than the water. It does pull it up, and it does give us our leaf shapes for sure. Like right in there. Oops, god darn it. Okay. Now this is a really blue tone, so we want to bring warmer colors in here. Push these cool colors up to the outside. Okay guys, we're going to try a little alcohol on this and see what we can do. Now I also have goop on my hands too, so that's all going to be going in here with this. Looking for some larger shapes. We don't want to erase everything that we've done, but we want to create some leaf shapes, some contrast. Brought back a little bit too much of that gold right in there is the only thing I don't like about that. But we need to make sure that we're keeping our variety. And sometimes when you keep working something, then you lose the variety, and then you have to go back and add more darks and lights. So that's what we're going to do real quick. I'll tell you what, this wilted violet color is really cool. Breaking up some of that color. Remember, we want the detail to be in the center of the painting, where we want our focal at. And lead our eyes into it. Don't let it win. Don't let it, overpower everything that you want it to do here. But, oh god, thank God that was closed. Jesus. Come on, buddy. I want to spray. Color. I want more of that color right there. Hello, artists! I hope you enjoyed this process. You know, it's just a matter of building up layer upon layer upon layer and trying to make things more interesting as we go along. Adding more colors, taking it up, adding some darks, adding some lights, trying to focus on the darker, cooler colors on the outer edges, and of course that warm color in the center. Um, Also, you want to put the most detail there in the center. So that's why I'm kind of putting those extra little dots here and there. This will need more hours of work, but I love where we are at right at this point in time. It's a fun, cool project, and the texture is phenomenal. Please hit that subscribe button, guys. I really do appreciate you being here with me. It does make a difference, and it would really help me out. Also, your comments are wonderful. Join us over at Messy Hand Band of Artists on Facebook. And if you're interested in Patreon, it is only $10 a month. And you get a lot of extra videos and content. And I promise you, you get some excellent images. And we do have a lot of fun. So thanks so much, guys. Have a great day. Stay safe. And we will chat soon. Love you.